Hello everyone, today we will learn about algebra. So, we know algebra plays a vital role in the field of mathematics. So, what is meant by algebra? What are the origin of algebra? Also, what are the types of algebra and also why we have to learn algebra in a school and college level? What are the uses and application of algebra? All these things we will learn in this video. So let's start it. So first of all, we will learn about algebra means what. So algebra is the study of mathematical symbol and the rules for manipulating this symbol. Means we have to use mathematical symbols in algebra, and to manipulate this mathematical symbol some rules are useful here, and that rules are assigned in the form of algebra. So algebra is a unified thread of almost all of the mathematics. Means algebra binds all the fields of mathematics together, all the areas of mathematics together. Okay, so let's learn about origin of algebra. So algebra is the oldest branch of mathematics, and algebra was invented by Abu Jafar Muhammad ibn Musa al-Khwarizmi, okay, which is a mathematician, astronomer and geographer, and he born in Baghdad. Algebra helps to find out unknown quantity by solving mathematical equation. As we know, to find out any kind of unknown quantity, we are using the value of x. We are using the variable x, and to find out value of x means what, we have to find out the unknown quantity. Okay, so if you don't know about the particular quantity, so algebra help us to find out that unknown quantity. The most important concept in algebra is equation. So what is meant by equation? Whose two sides are equal to each other, means left hand side is equal to the right hand side, and that quantity, that expression is known as the equation. That we will learn further. Basically, algebra is a combination of letters and number together. So there are many basic concepts related to the algebra we have to learn. But here we just have to learn that algebra is a combination of letters and numbers together. Letters mean variable and numbers means constant. So when we take constant and variable together, so it makes algebra. Okay. Now we will learn about types of algebra. So there are many kinds of algebra are present, but out of that we will take some important types here. So first type is elementary algebra, second one advanced algebra, abstract algebra, linear algebra, modern algebra, Boolean algebra, commutative algebra. These are some important types of algebra that you have to learn in a school and college level. Some other types of algebra is also available for graduation level, but these are some important types of algebra. Okay, so one by one we will discuss about what is meant by elementary, advanced, abstract, linear, modern, Boolean and commutative algebra, and which part of mathematics is included in all the kinds of algebra. So first of all, let's discuss about elementary algebra. So elementary algebra is the basic level of algebra, means the concept which are mostly used in a 5, 6, 7 and 8 standard are the part of elementary algebra, means which are very basic, from where we are starting to learn algebra. Okay, so concept like bank interest, ratio and proportion, percentage, exponent and power, profit and loss and many more concept includes equations in it. These are the parts of algebra. Okay, in that equation we are using x. Okay, means we have to find out value of unknown quantity. Okay, so means it is a part of algebra only. Okay, so these all basic concept means these are all basic equations are included in a elementary algebra. So elementary algebra, which is a very basic level of algebra, also known as a algebra 1. Okay, so it is a starting of algebra, basics of algebra, that's why it is also known as algebra 1. So next type is their advanced algebra. This is intermediate level of algebra. Elementary algebra is the basic level and advanced algebra is an intermediate level. So in this advanced algebra, all the concepts which are included in the secondary or higher secondary school, means 8 to 10 standard or 11 to 12 standard, are the part of advanced algebra. It includes high level of equation than the elementary algebra. In elementary algebra, you are solving the equation which are related to the unknown quantity only. Means, for example, if you want to find out simple interest, then you have the formula, means which is in the form of equation, just like a simple interest is equal to P into R into N upon 100. So it includes two sides in it, means LHS and RHS, and both are equal, so that it is a equation and it is a part of elementary algebra. And in that elementary algebra, we have to find out unknown quantity by using a equation. So in advanced algebra, we have to find out some high level equation, okay, than elementary algebra. So advanced algebra, also known as algebra 2. Okay, so which concept are included in advanced algebra? So these are equation with inequalities, linear equation, conics, polynomial functions, sequence and series, and all higher concepts which are higher from elementary algebra are the part of advanced algebra. So in this way, these higher level equations are included in advanced algebra that you will learn from 8 to 10 standard or 11 to 12 standard. Okay. So next type of algebra is modern algebra. Next type of algebra is abstract algebra. So abstract algebra means what? It is a set of advanced topics of algebra. Means these concepts are advanced from the elementary and advanced algebra. Okay. So that deals with the abstract algebraic structure rather than the usual number system. Means in a number system we are just using numbers in it. Means in a elementary and advanced algebra also we are using numbers, but in abstract algebra we are not using numbers many more times. Instead of numbers we are using just letters in it, means just variables in it, means we are just generalizing that forms of algebra. Occasionally, this abstract algebra is also known as a modern algebra. So, algebraic structure include set, group, rings, field, module, vector spaces, lattices, and algebras. So, all these parts are included in the abstract algebraic section. The term abstract algebra was coined in the early 20th century to distinguish this area of study from the other parts of algebra. Next is their modern algebra. So modern algebra, as we know, abstract algebra is also known as a modern algebra, and we can say that modern algebra is also called as a abstract algebra. And this is branch of mathematics concerned with the general algebraic structure of various sets such as a real number, complex number, matrices, and vector spaces, rather than rules and procedures for manipulating their individual elements. Means we have to use real number, complex number, matrices, and vector spaces in this modern algebra. Okay. These concepts are also useful in 11 and 12 standard. So when you will go to the higher secondary school, so you will easily understand this concept. So next is there linear algebra. Next type is linear algebra. So linear algebra is the most important part of algebra. It includes almost all areas of mathematics. It is a central part of all areas of mathematics. Okay. It also applies in a pure and applied mathematics. Okay. Means pure and applied mathematics, these are the branches of mathematics, and many more other branches also useful for mathematics. So what are the branches of mathematics? That for that I will make one separate video about branches of mathematics. So you will get a better understanding about all the kinds of mathematics there. So linear algebra is a fundamental in modern presentation of geometry, including for defining basic objects such as the lines, planes, and rotation. Means what? Linear algebra concept includes all the fundamentals of modern presentation of geometry. Means modern presentation of geometry are included in the linear algebraic structure. Okay. And it is including for defining basic concepts such as a line, planes, and rotation. These are the part of geometry. Also functional analysis, a branch of mathematical analysis, it is also included in linear algebra. Linear algebra is also used in most science and field of engineering. Not only in the mathematics but also in the science field, linear algebra is applicable because it allows modeling many natural phenomena and computing efficiently with such models. Okay. Now, the next type of algebra is commutative algebra. So, this commutative algebra is a part of algebra which studies commutative rings and ideals. So, commutative rings means what? And ideals means what? These are very high concept, higher level concept which you will not understand now, so that I will not explain any other things related to the commutative rings and ideals. When you will go to the graduation level, then you can get understanding or knowledge about this commutative ring and ideal. It covers the areas such as a differential topology, general topology, order theory, invariant theory, and all these things. And these are the part which includes in the syllabus of graduation and post-graduation mathematics. Commutative algebra has remarkable role in modern pure mathematics. So commutative algebra is the most, as like linear algebra, it is also very useful type of algebra in the modern pure mathematics. So next type of algebra is Boolean algebra, and this algebra is very familiar to the 11th 12th standard student, and this Boolean algebra is useful for 11 and 12 standard also. Some part of this Boolean algebra is included in higher secondary school syllabus. So the basics of this Boolean algebra you will get in the 11th and 12th standard. So basically this Boolean algebra deals with the study of binary variable. Now binary variable means what? Only two variable we have to use. If you know about binary number system, then you can easily understand what is meant by binary variable. If you don't know, then you will learn in 11th and 12th standard. So most commonly Boolean variables are presented with the possible values of 1 and 0. So as we know, in a probability also we are using only two values, 0 and 1. But in probability we are taking all the points which lies between 0 to 1, means 0.01, 0.02, 0.5, 0.6. Just like all these quantities are included in probability, but here in a Boolean algebra, only we have to use 0 and 1. No other points or numbers are included here. So 1 means what? It is a certain thing, that's why we are using 1 for the true values and 0 for false values. Okay, means in a Boolean algebra you have to study about statement. Okay, so statement means what? All these things are very means at a higher level, so you will study that concept in a 11th and 12th standard. So to verify that statement which is a false or true, we have to give them value 1 or 0. If that statement is false, then you have to write 0, and if that statement is true, then you have to write 1. So Boolean algebra is also known as a binary algebra. Boolean algebra utilize conjunction, disjunction, and negation as opposed to addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. So as you know, union and all these things, negation. So all these parts are the part of Boolean algebra that you will learn in a higher secondary level. Primary modern use of Boolean algebra is in computer programming language, means that programming languages of computer that you know very well, that C language, C++, Python, Java, and all these things includes Boolean algebra in it. Okay. So in this way, these are some types of algebra we have discussed here. Now we will think about what are the use and applications of algebra, why we have to learn algebra and why it is necessary. Okay, and where we can use algebra. The word algebra comes from Arabic word al-jabr, and al-jabr means what? Reunion of broken parts. So in brief, we can say that algebra is a reunion of broken parts. Now we have to take some application here where we can use algebraic concept. Okay. So first is there, catch the ball game played by 4 to 5-year-old kid. Now how algebra is applicable here, that we have to see. The concept of choosing the correct trajectory. Now trajectory means what? It is also a concept which is included in algebra, so that the ball reaches the hand of the receiver comes from a kid's knowledge of algebra. By making a use of variable like force, angle, and speed, the thrower tries to find out the correctness of the throw of the ball. They may not have realized it, but there is a denying no fact The fact that algebra knowledge works behind the successful landing of a ball into the hands of a receiver means to catch that ball we have to use algebraic knowledge. Okay, we have to use the correct trajectory, correct force, angle, and speed, and these are included in the field of algebra. Okay, it's all this concept from algebra. Thus, a player can find out the probability of scoring a point by doing this calculation in mind. Okay, so this is a part of algebra, and we are using the algebraic concept. Next is there making a schedule of activities. Okay, when you are making a schedule of activities, you actually are dividing the whole day and summing up the times taken to complete the intended activities. So the simple process of finding whether you will reach the office on time or not. If you have chosen set the alarm at 6 a.m. in an algebraic calculation that you do mentally. Okay, hours, time taken in various activities, and some new unforeseen tasks are algebraic variables in real life that you have to work upon to be on time at office or any meeting. Okay, scheduling is common to all, and algebra knowledge makes you the true master of your day, because of which you know how to use variables and put them in an equation. Thus, you will get all things done right and on time due to algebra playing its role. Okay, means by using algebraic concept, we can easily mix our day-to-day exact time schedule. Okay, to reach to the office on time or to the school on time. Okay, so next is there preparing the food or doubling or half to the recipe. Okay, the kitchen is the one of the places where algebra is used in an interesting manner, especially when you are making items like cake, vegetable soup, etc., where the correct combination of the ingredient is very crucial. The algebra comes to your rescue and helps you find the correct quantity of ingredient to make the food sufficient for different sizes of serving. All quantities of the ingredients and the number of servings make the variables. The cook use algebraic intelligence to ensure that not only the food is available in sufficient quantity but also it is tasting great. Such is the extent of algebra used in cooking. So we are using algebra in cooking also. Next is there a kid developing spatial intelligence. When kids have just started to learn to walk or stand, they need to find the safe height or distance of any object that they can choose to rely upon for standing or walking. Even while using a walker, they are actually using algebra mentally to find out how far the walker will take them before hitting any object by propelling it at a particular speed. Similarly, algebra comes into action when the kid is trying to find out whether the shape of an object is buildable or not. Okay, means little child is also using algebra in their mental thinking. Okay, also, algebra is there in action when the kids are trying to play spatial reasoning games. They visualize the shapes and pattern and solve puzzles only because of certain algebraic equation that they can make to come to know about in later stages of their education. So, though without cognition, kids gather spatial intelligence by applying algebra. Means the concepts which are given to you in a higher standard, in a fifth standard, sixth standard, seventh standard, eighth standard, we are using that concept in the early childhood time without getting any knowledge about algebra. Yes, it is a part of algebra. Next is there finding the tax liability. Now, on growing up as an adult, people work to learn. They may require to find their tax liabilities. The process involves doing calculation like finding the tax, rebate cap, and proportionating the earnings to find out how the income is to be divided into various investment options. This process of finding tax liabilities is based on doing algebraic calculation where the variables are income, the qualifying amount for the rebate, etc. Algebra helps the worker to structure their income and expenses and get the taxable salary figure in hand. Okay, so in this way, to finding the tax liability also we are using algebra. Okay, next is their astronomical, astrological calculation. So astrologer predicts various events on the basis of planetary movements. They try to establish the relationship between the planet's revolution speed, its position after a period of chosen duration, and so on. All these calculations are nothing but algebra, whose concept of linear or quadratic equation balancing comes into play when these predictions are made. The father of algebra mentioned in the first half of the section did make use of algebra to contribute to various findings related to astronomy and astrology in his time. Okay, so algebra is also useful in astrological calculation. Last one is their technological development. So any innovations around us could not be possible without algebra. As we know, in the last weekly mastermind session, we have taken some applications of mathematics. In that also, in mathematics, means it is a part, algebra is the part of mathematics. So some applications are related to the algebra also. If you decode the functioning of LED TV and dig out its internal atmosphere, you will find that these TVs are making use of planes, angles, and axes as a variable and apply algebraic concept in the development of various types of screen. Okay, thus development aspects are a sum total of the material and their placement within the TV's environments, allowing users to have a such variety of monitor and the other functionalities. The variation in the monitor size without the problem of distortion of the picture is achieved with the help of algebra knowledge that allows designer to fiddle with a variety of dimensional options. So in this way, there are many more uses of algebra we can use in day-to-day life. Okay, so budgeting, we are using this algebraic concept in budgeting also, shopping also, and after that doing interiors and landscape designing. Also in a computer programming, we are using the means the data set, strings, and variable. So these are from algebraic concept. Okay, real estate, project planning, and all these things, professional sports. In each and every field, we are using algebra. Okay, so I hope you will get a better understanding about algebra and why we are using this algebra as a part of mathematics and why we have to learn this algebra. All these things you will learn very well. So if you have any doubt about this concept, then please ask in the comment section, and thank you.